Before we get Brian Gould to tell you how he would be operating the government, especially with oil and gas, please subscribe and become a member, because there are longer interviews on the membership, because people say, well, we want more than 3 minutes. And there you have it, more than 3 minutes. So Brian Gould, he's been on before. Welcome back to the show. He is the president of Aspenleaf, is it? An oil and gas company. You from Alberta, you know what's going on in that. Our Prime Minister was saying, I'm going to get Canada working again, and he created a committee to deal with other committees, sounds like to me. Good idea?
It's amazingly, astoundingly perverse to me, Stephen. The fact that we have created a bureaucracy to cut through the original bureaucracy is absolutely astounding to me. And it's thus far to establish 5 projects that were already in the works. And then the dream is to establish a pipeline, as an oil man from Alberta, a pipeline that had been previously approved over 15 years ago that was canceled by the Trudeau government. And now the dream is to have this bureaucracy, to fight the bureaucracy, to reestablish the pipeline that was already approved well over a decade ago.
Okay, so I think you convinced everybody watching now it's a silly idea. That's probably not going to be successful. We know that the 5 projects that he came out with a week or so ago were already approved and well in the pipeline, so to speak. But what about, for instance, if you look back in history, Brian, I know you're a student of history, World War II, we had C.D. Howe, we had in Churchill, he would bring up Beaverbrook and other people, like one person to deal with the bureaucracy even then. And they would just go in there and blast away and get things done. Why not just have one person to say, okay, we're going to deal with this? Or Carney himself.
Well, that would be an option, but that's not the option this government has chosen, right? So they have chosen to continue this bureaucratic nightmare that we've been living through now for well over a decade.
Right.
And they refuse to withdraw the legislation that the Liberal government put in place that has actually stymied the investment that they're now trying to establish. And they've made it clear there's still an unworkable Impact Assessment Act, Environmental Assessment Act, that was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. There's a ban on tankers on the West Coast. So you can't build a pipeline to the West Coast if there's a ban on putting it on a tanker.
And the NDP government has said we still are going to continue that ban.
Correct.
We support it. Okay, so I mean, are you saying then that this guy Carney, who very few Canadians know, but they said, well, he's a banker, international statesman, he's going to get everything going. He's been there for 130 days, so to speak, whatever it is. Is it all gone? It's just fizzled?
It's fizzled, and frankly, he's not a businessman. He's a technocrat, and if you read his book, he actually doesn't believe in the free market economy. He's a central planner, and this is all about continuing to have big government central planning with all its inefficiencies.
Yuck. But thanks for pointing it out. Brian, thanks very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act. Once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.